History isn't always written by kings, armies, or powerful nations. Sometimes, history begins with a silent, poor, and ignored child. This is the story of a boy who had no money, no influence, and no support, but he had one powerful thing: belief, and that belief changed history. He was born in a small village where poverty was normal and dreams were rare. His house was weak, his clothes were old, and food was never guaranteed. School was a luxury. The few books he could find were borrowed, torn, and outdated. People looked at him, shaking their heads, saying, "He will never become anything." They saw his circumstances as his destiny, but every night, when the world slept and silence fell over the village, the boy stayed awake with his thoughts. He asked himself a simple, profound question. If I was born here, does that mean I must stay here forever? That single question sparked a fire within him, a refusal to accept the limits others had set for him. He wanted to learn, to grow, to see what lay beyond the horizon of his village. But everywhere he turned, doors closed. He sought knowledge, but found no teachers. He looked for guidance, but received only doubt. No one believed in him. Many nights, he went to sleep hungry, his stomach empty, but his mind full of questions. Many days, he tried and failed, the weight of disappointment heavy on his small shoulders. People used his poverty as proof of his limits, a convenient explanation for why he would never succeed. But in the face of all this rejection, he decided to prove something else entirely. He learned a hard truth early in life. The world does not reward excuses, it respects strength, and he was determined to become strong. Then, one day, something shifted inside him. He had a powerful realization. If he had no resources, no money, no connections, then he would turn discipline into his resource. He couldn't control the world around him, but he could control himself. He controlled his time with fierce determination. He learned a little every single day, even if it was just a single page from a tattered book or an observation about the world. He improved quietly, while others laughed or ignored him. There were no grand announcements, no shortcuts, just pure, unyielding patience and consistency. And slowly, like the sun rising after a long night, people began to notice. The boy who was once invisible was becoming impossible to ignore. His quiet dedication was starting to make a noise that no one could miss. With time, his knowledge deepened and his thinking grew stronger, more refined. He didn't just change his own life, he started to change the lives of others around him. He built things. He shared ideas. He inspired hope where there was none. He never forgot where he came from. His past wasn't a source of shame for him, it was his guide, his moral compass. The memory of hunger taught him compassion. The memory of being ignored taught him to listen. He proved a powerful truth that echoes through the ages. History remembers those who challenge their circumstances, not those who complain about them. And soon, his name was not only written in dusty records, but was remembered in the minds and hearts of people for generations to come. He had become a part of the history he once felt so distant from. The lesson from this boy's journey is simple but incredibly powerful. First, poverty is a condition, not your identity. It's where you are, not who you are. Second, your background does not get to decide your future. The circumstances of your birth are just the starting line, not the finish line. And finally, belief, when it's combined with relentless action, is an unstoppable force. It can move mountains and rewrite destinies. History does not belong only to the powerful or the privileged. Sometimes it belongs to the brave, to the ones who dare to believe when no one else will. So if today you feel small, if you feel ignored, or if you feel like you're falling behind in life, remember this story. Remember that every great journey, every monumental change, begins in a small place, with a single step. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, subscribe for more.